Have you ever found yourself wondering, does he truly love me? You're not alone. This question has crossed the minds of countless women, stirring a mix of hope, doubt, and curiosity. In a world where actions often speak louder than words, understanding love can feel like decoding a secret language. But here's the truth. Men reveal their hearts not just through grand declarations, but in the subtle, everyday actions they choose. And when you learn to recognize these signs, you unlock a deeper connection, clarity, and confidence in your relationship. Imagine this: you're no longer second-guessing his feelings or replaying conversations in your mind, searching for hidden meanings. Instead, you can confidently see his love through his actions. Sounds liberating, doesn't it? Too often, we've been led to believe in false ideas about love. Maybe you've heard that real love is about constant fireworks, or that it's all about words like "I love you." But what if I told you that real, enduring love is built on something more tangible? Something you can feel in the way he prioritizes you, the way he handles conflict, and even how he makes you laugh. Here's the best part. Observing these actions doesn't just help you understand his feelings, it also deepens your emotional awareness, allowing you to cultivate a relationship built on Stoic dating principles like patience, self-worth, and mutual respect. So, are you ready to uncover the truth, to see whether his love is real through the unmistakable signs in his actions? Let's dive in. But be warned, by the end of this, you might just change the way you see love forever. Let's start with the first sign, a powerful one that shows you exactly where you stand in his life. 1. Prioritizing you publicly. Does he prioritize you when the world is watching? Picture this. You're out with him, maybe in a group setting, and someone makes a passing comment about relationships. Does he instinctively glance at you, smiling as if to say, "This is my person," or does he shy away, hesitant to let the world know how much you mean to him? A man who loves you will proudly make you a priority in public, but here's the nuance. It's not about grandstanding or loud declarations. It's in the little things. Does he introduce you to his friends as someone important in his life? Does he hold your hand in a way that says, "I'm proud to be with you"? These small yet significant actions speak volumes about where you stand in his heart. Love, at its core, is about belonging. When he prioritizes you in public, he's saying, "I'm not just here for the moments behind closed doors. I want the world to see that you matter to me." But let's dig deeper. What does this actually mean for your relationship? First, it's a sign of commitment. A man who loves you will naturally weave you into the fabric of his life, including his social circles. It's about alignment. He's not compartmentalizing his feelings for you. Instead, he's integrating them into every part of his world. Second, it reflects emotional security. Public prioritization isn't just about showing you off, it's about showing that he's confident in the connection you share. Men who embrace Stoicism often value authenticity over appearances. They won't flaunt their emotions for validation, but they will act in ways that reflect the depth of their feelings. When he prioritizes you openly, it's a reflection of both his love and his emotional maturity. But here's the catch. Prioritizing you doesn't mean he needs to plaster your relationship across social media or shout it from the rooftops. In fact, Stoic dating teaches us to value intentionality over performative gestures. What matters most is how he prioritizes you, whether it's introducing you to his inner circle, planning thoughtful dates that reflect his understanding of your preferences, or simply showing up for you when it matters most. So take a moment to reflect. Has he made an effort to integrate you into his life in meaningful ways? When he's around his friends or family, does he naturally include you, or does he keep you on the sidelines? If he's proud to have you by his side, it's a clear sign that his love is both real and rooted in a desire for partnership. Here's a question for you. If someone asked him who the most important person in his life is, do you think he'd hesitate, or would your name be the first on his lips? If you're starting to see glimpses of this kind of prioritization in your relationship, it's time to pay attention to the next sign. Because love isn't just about how he treats you in public, it's also about how he handles your heart during moments of conflict. Ready to explore that? Let's continue. 2. Thoughtful communication during conflicts. Have you ever found yourself in the middle of an argument with him, questioning whether his love for you is strong enough to weather the storm? Conflict, as uncomfortable as it can be, is one of the truest tests of love. How a man communicates when emotions are high reveals the depth of his care for you. Does he listen to understand, or does he react to win the argument? Here's the truth. A man who truly loves you will pause before speaking. Even when his mind is angry, his heart will guide him to respond with care. He won't let frustration overshadow the respect he has for you. Instead of saying something he might regret, he'll choose his words thoughtfully, ensuring that even in moments of tension, you feel valued and heard. So think back to your last disagreement. Did he take the time to explain his feelings, or did he lash out? Did he focus on resolving the issue, or was he more interested in proving himself right? These moments matter because they reveal whether he prioritizes your emotional safety or his own pride. Love isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about how you navigate it together. A man who loves you will see disagreements not as battles to win, but as opportunities to grow closer. He'll listen when you express your feelings, even if they're difficult to hear. He'll validate your emotions, showing that your perspective matters just as much as his. Here's where Stoicism comes in. A Stoic man values self-control and emotional intelligence, especially during heated moments. He won't let anger dictate his words. Instead, he'll approach the conversation with calm and clarity, ensuring that the relationship takes precedence over temporary frustrations. If your man demonstrates these qualities, he's not just showing love, he's showing emotional maturity, a rare and precious trait. But let's be real, no one is perfect. Even the most loving partner can stumble during a tough conversation. The key is to look for patterns. Does he consistently try to communicate thoughtfully? Does he apologize when he's wrong? These are the signs of someone who's not only invested in you, but also in the growth of the relationship. Now, let me ask you, when you're in a heated moment, do you feel like you're still a team? Or do you feel like you're suddenly on opposing sides? If it's the former, that's a powerful indicator of love. A man who sees you as a partner will always aim to protect the bond you share, even during disagreements. So the next time you argue, observe his actions closely. Does he raise his voice, or does he soften it? Does he shut you out, or does he invite you in to find a solution together? These moments, though difficult, hold the key to understanding the depth of his feelings for you. If you've ever experienced this kind of thoughtful communication, hit the like button and comment number 1 below. Let us know how your man handles conflicts in your relationship. We'd love to hear your story. And if you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to subscribe. We've got plenty more insights coming your way that can transform how you view love, dating, and Stoic principles in relationships. Let's continue unraveling the signs of true love, one step at a time. Are you ready for the next one? Let's dive in. 3. Small gestures that show he cares. Sometimes love doesn't shout, it whispers. It's easy to get swept up in the grand, cinematic gestures of romance, but the truth is, real love often reveals itself in the smallest, most unassuming ways. Does he bring you your favorite coffee without being asked? Does he text you a simple "how's your day going?" in the middle of a busy afternoon? These little acts, while easy to overlook, are often where love truly lives. A man who loves you will notice the details about you. He'll remember the things that make you smile, the way you light up when your favorite song plays, or how you take your tea just right. These small gestures aren't about impressing you, they're about making you feel seen and cherished. Take a moment to think about your relationship. Have you ever experienced one of those small, tender surprises that caught you off guard? Maybe he fixed something for you without being asked. Maybe he sat next to you during a tough day, offering quiet support without needing to say much. These moments are like tiny stitches weaving the fabric of a deep and lasting bond. But why do these small gestures matter so much? Because they show attentiveness. They prove that he's paying attention to your needs, your quirks, and the things that make you unique. They say, "I notice you. I care about you. I want to make your life brighter in any way I can." It's not just about what he does, but how he does it. When he hands you a blanket because he knows you're always cold, or offers to run an errand to lighten your load, these actions are steeped in thoughtfulness. They don't require fanfare, but they resonate deeply because they're rooted in genuine care. In the philosophy of Stoicism, love isn't about grandiosity, it's about consistency and intention. Stoic dating emphasizes the importance of showing love through steady, meaningful actions. A Stoic partner understands that true love isn't about dazzling you with momentary brilliance, but nurturing you with quiet dependability. Now, let's flip the script for a second. What about the times when you feel like those small gestures aren't there? It's important to remember that everyone shows love differently. Some men may be less demonstrative, but that doesn't mean they don't care. The key is to look for his unique way of expressing affection. Maybe he's the type to build things for you, or he quietly supports you by being reliable and consistent. Love is multifaceted, and sometimes it requires us to tune into the subtleties of his actions. So, the next time he hands you a cup of tea just the way you like it, or takes the time to warm up your car on a chilly morning, pause and appreciate the depth of that gesture. These small, quiet moments are often where his love shines brightest. And as you think about these signs, let me leave you with this question. Are you paying attention to the ways he's showing his love, or are you waiting for him to prove it in some big, dramatic way? Sometimes the proof you're looking for is already there. It's just in the details. Let's move on to the next action, where love is measured not in what he gives, but in how he reacts when things don't go perfectly. 4. How he reacts to your mistakes. Let's talk about mistakes. We all make them. It's part of being human. But how someone reacts to your imperfections reveals the true nature of their love for you. Does he criticize you, or does he respond with understanding? Does he focus on what went wrong, or does he help you see what can go right? A man who truly loves you sees beyond the surface of your mistakes. Instead of holding them against you, he views them as opportunities to support you, to build trust, and to grow closer. Think about this. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt vulnerable after making an error, only for him to reassure you with words like, "It's okay, we'll figure this out together"? That's love in action. True love doesn't demand perfection. Instead, it sees the beauty in your strengths and the potential in your flaws. A man who loves you will forgive easily, not because he's overlooking the mistake, but because he values the connection you share more than any fleeting frustration. This isn't just about avoiding conflict, it's about choosing compassion over criticism. Imagine this scenario. You've had a bad day and accidentally snap at him. How does he respond? If he takes a step back, listens, and says something like, "I know you didn't mean that. What's really bothering you?" He's showing that he values your emotional well-being more than his ego. This reaction demonstrates emotional maturity and a deep level of care. Stoic principles come into play here, especially in Stoic dating. A Stoic partner understands that mistakes are inevitable and often temporary. Instead of overreacting or taking things personally, he maintains composure and seeks a constructive resolution. This isn't about suppressing emotions, it's about prioritizing the relationship over the momentary sting of disappointment. But let's address a key question. How do you feel after making a mistake around him? Do you feel judged, or do you feel safe? A man who loves you will create an environment where you feel free to be your authentic self, flaws and all. His response to your mistakes is one of the strongest indicators of his emotional investment in you. Here's another angle to consider. Does he help you grow through your mistakes? A loving partner won't just reassure you. He'll also encourage you to learn and improve in a way that's supportive rather than demanding. For instance, if you've had a setback at work, he might offer advice or simply remind you of your capabilities, saying something like, "You've got this, I believe in you." These moments might seem small, but they're profound. They're the times when you feel most vulnerable, and he has the chance to show his true colors. If he consistently chooses to uplift you, even when it's difficult, that's love, not the fleeting, fair weather kind, but the enduring, unconditional kind that builds lasting relationships. So let me ask you, has your partner shown this kind of grace and understanding when you've made a mistake? If so, it's time to acknowledge just how rare and special that is. Hit the like button and comment number 1 if this resonates with your experience. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Sharing your story might even inspire someone else. And don't forget to subscribe. By doing so, you're joining a community that values meaningful insights about love, relationships, and emotional growth. Let's continue to uncover the ways true love reveals itself, one action at a time. Ready for the next sign? Let's keep going. 5. Physical touch is comfort. Have you ever noticed the way he reaches for your hand during moments of stress? Or the way he instinctively pulls you into a hug after a long day? Physical touch is one of the most profound ways love is expressed, not in the grand, romantic gestures, but in the quiet moments of comfort and connection. Think about it. When life feels overwhelming, does he offer his presence, not just with words, but with actions? A touch on your back, a squeeze of your hand, or simply sitting close to you in silence can speak volumes. These gestures say, "I'm here for you. You're not alone." Love through touch isn't just about romance, it's about creating a sanctuary where you feel safe and supported. Physical affection becomes a bridge between emotional intimacy and physical connection, a reminder that no matter what you're going through, someone is in your corner. Consider the science behind it. Studies have shown that physical touch, like holding hands or hugging, can reduce stress and lower cortisol levels. It's a natural way our bodies respond to comfort and security. When he offers these moments, he's not only helping you feel better emotionally, but also supporting your overall well-being. This doesn't mean he has to be overly touchy or demonstrative all the time. For some men, especially those influenced by Stoicism, their expressions of affection might be more restrained, but no less meaningful. A Stoic partner often values purposeful, intentional touch, a quiet moment of connection rather than an outward display. For example, during a tense moment, he might place his hand on your shoulder, grounding you without saying a word. Or when you're sharing something vulnerable, he might take your hand to show he's listening fully. These gestures, though small, carry immense weight because they're intentional and rooted in care. But physical touch isn't just about how he comforts you, it's also about how he allows himself to be vulnerable through touch. Does he relax into your hugs? Does he seem at ease holding your hand in public? These moments reveal his own willingness to connect and share an emotional closeness. Now think about your own experience. Are there moments when his touch has reassured you, even when words fell short? Perhaps it was a quiet hug when you were upset, or a playful nudge to lighten the mood. These interactions are the physical manifestation of his love, simple, genuine, and irreplaceable. Love through touch is a two-way street, and it's important to recognize and reciprocate. If he reaches out to hold your hand, do you lean into that connection? Building a relationship where physical affection flows naturally is a powerful way to deepen your bond. These moments of comfort are often fleeting, slipping by unnoticed if we're not paying attention. But when you pause and reflect, you'll find that these touches are some of the most genuine ways he says, "I love you." And in a world that can feel chaotic and unpredictable, having someone who offers you both emotional and physical sanctuary is a gift worth cherishing. As we move forward, let's explore another sign of his love, one that focuses on the moments you share together and the connections that grow from your shared interests. Because love isn't just about what he gives, it's also about what you build together. 6. Sharing interests and building a connection. What does it mean to truly connect with someone? It's not just about spending time together, it's about finding joy in shared experiences. Does he take an interest in the things you love, or introduce you to the passions that light him up? A man who loves you doesn't just want to exist in your world, he wants to explore it with you. Imagine this, you mention a new book, a favorite song, or a hobby you enjoy. Does he ask questions? Does he make an effort to participate, even if it's outside his comfort zone? These actions might seem simple, but they're powerful indicators of love. When he invests time and energy into your interests, he's showing that he values what makes you unique. Likewise, does he invite you into his world, sharing his favorite band, teaching you a skill he's passionate about, or bringing you along to a cherished activity are all ways he's opening up and deepening your bond. This isn't just about aligning your preferences, it's about creating shared memories, moments that become the foundation of a strong relationship. Let's take it deeper. Research shows that couples who share interests often have better communication and longer-lasting relationships. Why? Because shared activities foster connection and encourage meaningful conversations. When you're both invested in something together, it strengthens the emotional ties between you. Now, think about your relationship. Has he made an effort to enjoy the things you love? For instance, maybe you're into a particular genre of music and he's taken the time to listen and discuss it with you. Or perhaps he's introduced you to a new activity that's now something you both enjoy. These shared moments might seem casual, but they're actually where love quietly thrives. Men influenced by Stoicism often value the idea of cultivating meaningful connections through shared experiences. In Stoic dating, the focus isn't on impressing each other with superficial gestures, but on finding authentic ways to grow together. Whether it's hiking, cooking, or even sitting quietly and listening to the same playlist, these small shared moments can carry enormous weight. But let's not confuse shared interests with complete alignment. You don't have to love everything he does, and he doesn't have to be passionate about all your hobbies. The key is his willingness to explore your world and invite you into his. It's the effort that counts, the desire to understand and be understood. So, let me ask you, have you noticed these moments in your relationship? Those times when he watched your favorite movie, even though it wasn't his style, just to see you smile, or when he invited you to try something new, wanting to create a memory together. These are the building blocks of love, the quiet ways he's saying, I see you, and I want to share this journey with you. If this resonates, don't forget to like this video and comment number 1 below. Let us know about the shared moments that have brought you closer in your relationship. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more insights on love, connection, and Stoic principles in dating. Let's keep discovering the actions that reveal the depth of his love. There's so much more to uncover. Ready for the next sign? Let's move forward together. 7. His actions when you're apart. Love isn't just about what happens when you're together, it's about how he carries you with him when you're not around. Does he reach out with a quick text to check in or send a photo of something that reminded him of you? These small gestures, made in the quiet moments of separation, are often the truest indicators of how much space you occupy in his heart. Think about it. When he's apart from you, does he still make an effort to stay connected? Maybe it's a message that says, just thinking of you, or a call at the end of the day to hear your voice. These actions reveal not just that he's thinking about you, but that he values maintaining the connection, even from a distance. A man who truly loves you doesn't need constant proximity to feel close. His love extends beyond physical presence, showing itself in the way he integrates you into his daily life, no matter where he is. When something exciting happens, are you the first person he wants to share it with? When he's faced with a tough decision, does he value your input, even if you're not right beside him? These moments also highlight a deeper emotional presence. A loving partner doesn't disappear the moment you're out of sight. Instead, he finds ways to let you know that you're on his mind. It's not about how often he contacts you, but the quality of those interactions. Does he share meaningful updates or thoughtful words, or is it just surface-level check-ins? True love is intentional, even in its simplicity. Men who practice Stoicism often understand the importance of meaningful gestures over frequent, empty communication. In Stoic dating, a man might not bombard you with constant messages, but when he does reach out, it carries genuine thought and care. His actions are deliberate, showing that he values your presence in his life. Now, consider how this reflects in your relationship. Have you experienced moments where he made you feel connected even when you were apart? Perhaps he mentioned how much he missed you after just a few hours, or remembered to ask about something important in your day. These are the quiet ways love bridges the gap of distance, keeping the emotional connection strong. But here's something even more telling. How does he plan for the future when you're not together? Does he talk about things you'll do when you're reunited, or does he include you in his long-term goals? A man in love doesn't just think about the present, he envisions a future where you're part of his journey. So take a moment to reflect. When you're apart, do his actions make you feel closer, or do they create distance? Does he leave you questioning his feelings, or does he reassure you, even in subtle ways, that you're still on his mind? These moments, while often overlooked, are the heartbeat of a relationship, the quiet assurances that love remains, even in the absence. Love, when real, doesn't pause or fade when you're not together. It lingers, nurtured by his efforts to keep the connection alive. And in those moments when you're apart, his actions tell you everything you need to know about the strength of his feelings for you. Let's continue to explore these profound signs of love. There's so much more to uncover. 8. Handling your vulnerable moments. Love reveals its truest form in moments of vulnerability. When life feels heavy, when you're not at your best, how does he show up for you? Does he hold space for your emotions, offering comfort and support without judgment? A man who truly loves you will not shy away from your vulnerable moments. Instead, he'll step closer, showing that he's not only there for the good times, but also for the challenges. Imagine this. You've had a rough day, tears are brimming in your eyes, and words feel too heavy to speak. What does he do? If he sits beside you, takes your hand, or simply says, "I'm here. Let me know how I can help," that's love in its purest form. He's showing that your emotional well-being matters to him, and that he's willing to shoulder some of the weight. This kind of love isn't about fixing your problems or offering quick solutions, it's about being present. A man who loves you will understand that sometimes all you need is someone to listen, someone to remind you that you're not alone. His presence in these moments becomes a sanctuary, a safe place where you can let your guard down. Vulnerability can feel intimidating, but it's also where the deepest connections are formed. When he supports you during these times, he's building trust, showing you that your imperfections, fears, and struggles don't scare him away. Instead, they draw him closer, allowing your relationship to grow in authenticity and depth. Let's consider how Stoicism plays a role here. A Stoic partner values resilience and emotional stability, but also recognizes the importance of empathy. In Stoic dating, vulnerability is not seen as a weakness, but as an opportunity to foster deeper understanding. A man influenced by Stoicism will approach your tough moments with calm and composure, ensuring that his support is steady and unwavering. Think about your relationship. When you've had a bad day, does he offer kind words or a listening ear? Does he ask what you need instead of assuming what might help? These thoughtful actions show that he values your emotional needs and prioritizes your comfort over his own convenience. But vulnerability isn't just about how he responds to your struggles, it's also about how he allows you to support him. Does he share his fears and insecurities with you, or does he shut you out? A man who loves you won't just be there for you, he'll trust you to be there for him too. This mutual exchange of vulnerability creates a relationship built on equality and emotional safety. So, let me ask you, have you experienced moments where he made you feel truly supported, even when you felt at your weakest? If so, that's a powerful sign of love, one that transcends words and grand gestures, settling instead in the quiet strength of his presence. If this resonates with your experiences, hit the like button and comment number 1 below. We'd love to hear about the moments where vulnerability deepened your connection with your partner. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights into love, relationships, and how Stoic principles can transform the way you approach dating. Let's keep exploring the beautiful ways love reveals itself. There's still so much more to uncover. Ready for the next sign? Let's continue. 9. Genuine efforts to make you smile. What's one of the simplest yet most powerful ways a man can show his love? Making you smile. Not through grand gestures or extravagant surprises, but through the everyday ways he brings joy into your life. A man who loves you finds happiness in your happiness, and he'll go out of his way, sometimes in the smallest, quietest ways, to see your face light up with a smile. Think about the last time he made you laugh. Was it with a silly joke, a lighthearted comment, or a playful tease? These moments might seem insignificant, but they're deeply telling. Humor and playfulness are signs of emotional intimacy. They reflect his comfort around you and his desire to create positive, shared experiences. But it's not just about humor. Genuine efforts to make you smile extend beyond jokes. They're rooted in thoughtfulness. Maybe he surprises you with your favorite snack after a long day, sends you a funny meme that reminded him of you, or takes the time to plan something small but meaningful, like a cozy movie night or a walk in your favorite park. These actions show that he's tuned into your needs and that he's actively working to brighten your days. There's an important distinction here. These efforts don't come from a place of obligation. A man who truly loves you isn't trying to earn points or fulfill a checklist. Instead, his gestures come from a place of genuine care and affection. He doesn't just want to see you smile, he needs to, because your happiness is intertwined with his own. Men influenced by Stoicism often value joy that's rooted in authenticity rather than fleeting pleasures. In Stoic Dating, creating happiness isn't about over-the-top performances, it's about fostering connection through meaningful interactions. A Stoic partner might not be overly expressive, but he'll find subtle, thoughtful ways to bring joy into your life, ways that resonate on a deeper level. Consider your own relationship. Does he make an effort to lift your spirits when you're feeling down? Does he notice when you're stressed or overwhelmed and try to ease the tension with humor or kindness? These are signs that he's attuned to your emotional state and that your well-being is a priority for him. But making you smile isn't always about lighthearted moments. It's also about creating a space where you feel free to express joy. Does he celebrate your successes with genuine enthusiasm? Does he share in your excitement when something good happens? A man who loves you isn't just there to make you smile. He's there to smile with you, sharing in the moments that make life beautiful. These efforts might seem subtle, but they're powerful. They show that he's invested not just in your relationship, but in your happiness as an individual. Love isn't just about being there during the hard times, it's about amplifying the good times, making the bright moments shine even brighter. As you think about his efforts to make you smile, consider this. Are these gestures consistent? Do they feel authentic and meaningful? If so, you're seeing one of the clearest signs of his love, a love that's rooted in joy, connection, and a genuine desire to see you happy. Let's continue uncovering more ways love reveals itself. It's in the actions that make us feel truly seen and cherished. 10. Forgiveness and understanding. Love isn't perfect. It's messy, filled with ups and downs, mistakes, and misunderstandings. But what separates true love from fleeting infatuation is how he handles these inevitable imperfections. Does he hold grudges, or does he choose forgiveness? Does he let pride get in the way, or does he prioritize the relationship over his ego? A man who truly loves you will embrace forgiveness and understanding as part of the foundation of your bond. Think about the last time you had a disagreement. Did he listen to your perspective even if he didn't fully agree? Did he make an effort to find a resolution, or did he let the issue fester? Love isn't about avoiding conflict, it's about how you navigate it together. A loving partner will see conflicts not as barriers, but as opportunities to grow and deepen your connection. Forgiveness isn't always easy, but it's a choice to prioritize the relationship over the temporary satisfaction of being right. When he apologizes, even if he's not entirely at fault, he's showing that he values harmony over pride. This level of humility and self-awareness is a hallmark of true love and emotional maturity. And let's talk about how he reacts when you make a mistake. Does he bring it up repeatedly, holding it over you as leverage, or does he let it go once it's been resolved? A man who loves you understands that mistakes are part of being human. He doesn't define you by your flaws. Instead, he focuses on the bigger picture, your shared journey together. Forgiveness also involves action. It's not just about saying, "I forgive you," but about truly letting go and moving forward. If he avoids passive-aggressive remarks or subtle jabs after a conflict, that's a strong sign that he's committed to building a healthy and supportive relationship. Love rooted in Stoic principles often emphasizes forgiveness as a strength, not a weakness. In Stoic dating, letting go of resentment is a way to cultivate peace and foster long-term harmony. Now, think about your relationship. Have there been moments when his forgiveness surprised you? Maybe you were hard on yourself for something minor, and he reassured you that it wasn't a big deal. Or perhaps you had a serious disagreement, and instead of creating distance, he worked with you to find a path forward. These moments are the quiet proof of his emotional investment in you. But forgiveness isn't just about the big conflicts, it's also in the day-to-day moments. When you're running late and he waits patiently, when you forget something important and he laughs it off, or when you say something in the heat of the moment and he lets it slide, knowing it wasn't truly meant. These small acts of grace are often where love shines brightest. So, let me ask you, have you seen this kind of forgiveness in your relationship? Does he choose understanding over anger, growth over resentment? If these signs resonate with your experience, hit the like button and comment number 1 below to let us know how forgiveness has played a role in your love story. And don't forget to subscribe. By joining our community, you'll gain access to even more insights on love, relationships, and the principles that can transform your dating life. Let's keep exploring the beautiful ways love manifests through actions. There's more to uncover, and we're just getting started. Ready for the next sign? Let's continue this journey together. 11. Consistency in his love over time. Love that lasts is love that remains steady, even when life becomes unpredictable. One of the most telling signs of true love is consistency, not in grand gestures or fleeting moments of romance, but in the day-to-day reliability of his affection and care. Does he show up for you, not just when it's convenient, but also when it requires effort? A man who truly loves you will maintain his love through the highs and lows, proving that his feelings are not dependent on circumstances. Consistency is the quiet backbone of a strong relationship. It's in the way he calls you every evening to check in, even on the busiest days. It's in the way he remembers the little details you've shared, like your favorite dessert, or the exact way you like your coffee. It's in how he makes time for you, not as an obligation, but as a priority. Inconsistent love can leave you feeling uncertain, questioning where you stand, but consistent love offers stability and reassurance. It tells you, I'm here no matter what. A consistent partner is someone who doesn't let fleeting emotions dictate how he treats you. Instead, he remains steady, choosing to nurture the relationship through both challenges and celebrations. Men influenced by Stoicism often value consistency as a virtue. In Stoic dating, love is not a roller coaster of extreme highs and lows. It's a steady journey of growth and connection. A Stoic partner will aim to provide a sense of calm and reliability in your life, showing that his love is not a fleeting feeling but a deliberate commitment. Think about how this manifests in your relationship. Does he follow through on his promises? For instance, if he says he'll be there for an important event or support you during a stressful time, does he show up without hesitation? These actions demonstrate that his words are not empty, they're backed by genuine intent and care. Consistency also extends to how he treats you over time. Does he still make you feel special, even after the initial excitement of the relationship has settled? A man who loves you will continue to put effort into the relationship, finding ways to keep the connection strong and meaningful, no matter how long you've been together. And it's not just about the big moments. Consistency is found in the smallest acts, sending a good morning text, offering a kind word when you're feeling down, or simply being there to listen after a long day. These actions may seem routine, but they're the heartbeat of a lasting love. So, take a moment to reflect on your own relationship. Does his love feel like a constant presence, or does it waver depending on the situation? True love isn't just about feeling a spark, it's about the steady flame that keeps the connection alive, even when the initial thrill has settled into something deeper. Consistency in love is a gift that builds trust and security over time. It allows you to relax into the relationship, knowing that his feelings are not fleeting or conditional. And in a world that often feels chaotic, having someone who provides that kind of steady love is one of the most reassuring signs of a true connection. Let's move on to the final action, a physical unmistakable way to gauge the depth of his feelings. 12. Looking into his eyes. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and when it comes to love, they often speak volumes. Have you ever caught him looking at you, his gaze soft and unwavering? Does he hold eye contact in a way that feels intimate and genuine, as though he's seeing right into your heart? A man's eyes can reveal the depth of his feelings long before his words do. When a man is truly in love, his eyes will reflect it. You'll notice how they light up when you walk into the room, or how they linger just a little longer when he's looking at you. This isn't about mere attraction, it's about connection. His gaze says, "You matter to me. I see you for who you are, and I'm captivated by you." But what exactly does this look like? It's not about constant staring or overly dramatic glances. Instead, it's in the subtle moments, the way his eyes soften when you're talking, or how they seem to follow you even when you're not looking. In these moments, his eyes are communicating what words often can't: devotion, admiration, and love. Science even backs this up. Studies show that when we're deeply connected to someone, our pupils dilate as a natural, subconscious response. While this isn't a foolproof measure, it's a fascinating glimpse into how our bodies physically respond to emotional intimacy. In Stoic Dating, eye contact takes on an even deeper meaning. Stoicism emphasizes presence and mindfulness in relationships, and genuine eye contact is one of the simplest yet most profound ways to be present with someone. A Stoic partner doesn't avoid vulnerability. Instead, he embraces it, allowing his gaze to convey the sincerity of his feelings. Now, let's consider your relationship. Have you noticed how his eyes speak to you during meaningful moments? Maybe it's the way he looks at you when you're sharing something personal, or how his gaze lingers during a quiet, shared moment. These instances might seem fleeting, but they're powerful indicators of his emotional connection to you. And it's not just about romantic moments. Pay attention to how he looks at you during everyday interactions. Does he make eye contact when you're speaking, showing that he's fully present and engaged? Or does his gaze wander, leaving you feeling unseen? A man who loves you will use his eyes to convey attentiveness and care, even in the simplest exchanges. But eye contact isn't a one-way street. The way you meet his gaze also plays a role in deepening your connection. When you lock eyes with him, do you feel that unspoken bond, that sense of being truly seen and valued? These moments of mutual connection are often where love feels the most real. If you've experienced this kind of connection, where his eyes seem to tell you everything you need to know, don't let it go unting. Hit the like button and comment number 1 to share your story about the power of eye contact in your relationship. Your experience might inspire someone else to recognize the love in their own life. Don't forget to subscribe. We're here to bring you more insights, advice, and stories that can transform the way you see love in relationships. Let's keep building this community of thoughtful, empowered individuals who are ready to embrace love with open hearts and open minds. Thank you for joining us on this journey. There's so much more to discover. Love isn't always about the words he says or the dramatic gestures he makes. It's in the quiet, consistent actions that build trust, connection, and intimacy over time. From the way he prioritizes you publicly to the small gestures that make you smile, love shows itself in the most beautiful and sometimes unexpected ways. Each of the actions we've explored, how he supports you during vulnerable moments, how he forgives and understands, how he makes an effort to connect through shared interests, and even how his eyes speak volumes, are all pieces of a greater picture. Together, they paint a portrait of genuine, lasting love. But here's the secret. These signs aren't just about him, they're also about you. Recognizing these actions requires self-awareness and openness. Are you seeing and appreciating the ways he shows his love? Are you allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to let love flourish? Relationships are a two-way street, and your ability to observe, acknowledge, and reciprocate his efforts is just as important as his ability to show them. Take this journey as an opportunity to deepen not just your relationship with him, but also your understanding of yourself. When you truly see the love in his actions, you'll also find a deeper sense of gratitude, security, and joy in your connection. So, what's next? Look for these signs in your relationship and share your experiences with us. Did one of these actions resonate with you? Did it remind you of something your partner does that you might have taken for granted? We'd love to hear your thoughts and stories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into love, Stoic principles in relationships, and how to build meaningful connections that last. And as you go forward, remember this: love isn't something to be demanded or forced, it's something to be nurtured, recognized, and cherished. Thank you for being part of this journey with us. Here's to love that's intentional, unwavering, and beautifully real. See you in the next video.